Welcome in, and thanks for joining us for the WHHI Daily News, where we strive to bring you more Lowcountry news more often. I'm Bob Stevens. You're invited to join the Bluffton PD, the town's MLK Observance Committee, at an open community discussion Tuesday, 6 o'clock at the Rotary Community Center in Oscar Fraser Park, in response to the beating death of Tyree Nichols in Memphis last week by 5 black police officers. New Police Chief Joe Babkowitz says Nichols' murder is on the hearts and minds of Americans everywhere, and he wants Bluftonians to be able to express their emotions and ask questions about Bluffton police policies. Prosecutors rolling into week 2 of the Alec Murdaugh murder case, having entered testimony that Alec was clean from head to toe when he first was interviewed by Colleton County and SLED investigators less than 4 hours after the murders of his wife and son. Sheriff's Deputy Laura Rutland says she thought he might have put on a fresh change of clothes, and she saw no blood on him at all, nor any footprints or knee prints near the 2 bodies. Yet during the first week of testimony, swabs of 10 separate areas of his truck did test positive for blood. Murdaugh told investigators during that interview that he had gone to visit his mother and found Maggie and Paul shot dead when he arrived home. This week, prosecutors expected to show cell phone video that puts Murdaugh with his wife and son shortly before the shootings. Murdaugh said in the taped interrogation back at the time that Paul had been the subject of threats and bullying since the boat crash that killed Mallory Beach. 44-year-old Dwayne Lennon of Beaufort faces 2 felony DUI charges in that wreck last weekend that nearly killed Bluffton police officer Frank Ginn, who had to be cut out of his patrol car and faces weeks of rehabilitation. The Highway Patrol has not said whether Lennon was given a sobriety test after the crash. With Senator Tim Scott and former Governor and UN Representative Nikki Haley still contemplating running for president, former President Trump kicked off his 2024 campaign by locking in the support of other prominent Republican leaders in his first campaign stop in Columbia over the weekend. Trump was endorsed by Governor McMaster, Senator Lindsey Graham, and Congressman Joe Wilson, Russell Fry, and William Timmons. Trump said the country is in, quote, big trouble, and we'll turn it around, and we'll turn it around fast, end quote. And if you happen to see movie film crews around Beaufort over the weekend, or if you see them during this week, they are shooting a movie based on the legendary gentlemen smugglers of the Lowcountry in the 1970s and 80s that also launched the career of a young U.S. attorney named Henry McMaster. The movie's called Final Load. It stars Judd Nelson and Jeff Fahey, with Shep Rose and Maddie Henderson, and Lowcountry residents and Broadway actors Meredith Inglesby and husband Steve Blanchard. The film is backed by Walter Zura, a Hilton Head resident who was one of the smugglers who were eventually caught up in the FBI's Operation Jackpot into marijuana smuggling. But Zura stresses this film's not really a documentary. He hopes the film is finished by September and then sold to a streaming service. For more information on these and other Lowcountry stories, we invite you to visit the sources listed on your screen. Well, big Eagles fan Maria Soden, all excited about going to the Super Bowl. She got a little work to do before that. How about our Lowcountry weather forecast after a rainy start to the week?
Thanks, Bob. Yep, so taking a look ahead, it does look like we see quite a bit of rain this week, and we are going to see an increase in temperatures. Taking a look at Tuesday, however, it's going to be cloudy most of the day, and we will see a couple showers at night. Temperature-wise, Hilton Head's give a high of 67, a low of 56. Bluffton's give a high of 72, a low of 56, and Beaufort's give a high of 71 and a low of 56. The sunrise for Tuesday is going to be at 7:18 and sunset's going to be at 5:52. Taking a look at the beach tides, low tide's going to be at 12:22 p.m. and high tide's going to be at 5:05 p.m. Taking a look into the rest of the week, Wednesday it's going to be cloudy with a passing shower in the morning. It's going to be clear the rest of the day, and then we are going to see some showers in the evening. Highs are going to be going up into the 70s and lows in the 50s. Come Thursday, we're going to see scattered showers throughout the day, which will continue into the evening. Highs are going to be in the 60s, lows in the 50s. And then come Friday, we're going to see more showers throughout the day, but it should be clearing up by the evening. Highs are going to drop down to the 50s and lows in the 40s. That's it for today. Let's head it back to the desk.
When we come back, a big surprising story coming from high school football. Justin Jarrett will have that. We'll talk about Restaurant Week. But next, a little about the Christian Women's Connection. They've got a big event coming up. We'll talk about it next.